Today, we're looking at Legacy Commander Class Motormaster, released in 2022 as the fifth and final member of the Stunticons, despite being the third Stunticon released. Motormaster is a wonderfully boxy figure from his toes to his head, and he looks incredible for it. His colors are fairly basic, with most of him being black, but there's enough purples and grays thrown in to break it up nicely, as well as his beautifully bright white arms. The detail here is fantastic. I like the gray trim painted around the chest. It looks so nice and is a great way to keep the edges defined. I also like these little circle details on his chest. The greebling here is amazing, especially on places like his knees. Speaking of his legs, his feet are a split truck cab. This is adorable. It even has tiny little molded wheels. Obviously, it's a faux part. The small cab here would end up being hilariously tiny when compared to the other Stunticon alt modes if it was real. Unlike his G1 toy, this Motormaster transforms into just the cab of the truck instead of both the cab and trailer. Motormaster's head is stuffed inside this box here, or maybe the box is also his head? I don't know, but I like it. The purple paint that was chosen looks great, but because the eyes are also purple, it loses a bit of definition. Motormaster comes with his giant and amazing broadsword, as well as his trailer, which, as I said earlier, is no longer a part of him. Instead, the trailer is made up of the combiner frame for Menasor, doing literally all the work for that form. But you can also use those parts to make this battle station. And I'm actually a huge fan of whenever a Transformer has a big accessory or something that turns into a base like this. Playsets for Transformers are almost non-existent, and these modes fill that role well enough. Even if I almost never actually transform it into that mode. It looks fine, you can kind of tell it's just a bunch of giant robot parts thrown around, but it has enough structure and cohesiveness that you can suspend your disbelief. I really like the gun tower in the middle. It's the only part here that isn't Menasor, and you could detach it if you needed to be more mobile. Just don't try to pick up the base, it's not held together with any strength at all. Back to Motormaster. His articulation is fantastic. One highlight being his double-jointed knees, allowing for some incredible poses. My only complaint is that he's a bit back-heavy and will sometimes topple over. Now for his transformation. It's a fair bit more complex than his teammates and uses a decent amount of panels, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but it's tolerable here. And there are lots of memorable steps with him, like his feet spinning around to form the cab face, which is so satisfying every time. And also the rear wheels hinge over his head to get into position. But there's also parts like this where you're trying to line up the legs and chest to fit with each other, and it's very annoying. And all that results in this beautiful black flat-nosed semi-truck, but if you look at it from the back, you can obviously tell there's something missing, and of course that's where the trailer comes in, covering up all that unsightfulness and completing this genuinely beautiful truck mode. The black and purple once again makes a great color combo, and the gray trailer balances everything out. The detail in the cab is amazing. The face looks incredible, as well as the sides. So many rivets. There's also these purple air filters that look great. The trailer itself doesn't look perfect or anything, having lots of panel lines and hinges where it comes apart, but it looks well enough here. This truck is definitely one of the most imposing alt modes out there. Do you have this figure? What do you think of it? What should I review next? Let me know in the comments below. See ya!